Do you know what's crazy? The International Space Station, our home in orbit for over 2 decades, is retiring in 2030. And that's exactly why a handful of ambitious companies are now stepping up to build commercial space stations. Real scalable habitats that enable research, tourism, and more. One of the most exciting ones in this race is not just dreaming up visions, but actively building to bring humanity permanently into space. In the past 9 months, VAST has made impressive progress. From completing critical structures for their Haven-1 station to launching a test satellite on SpaceX's Bandwagon 4 mission, which has just arrived in orbit. Let's go over these updates, highlight the company's goals, and see when we can expect the first module in space. A real leap into the future of commercial spaceflight. My name is Serwin, and this is Mars Chronicles. Let's take off. Let's start with the freshest highlight into the video. Just a few days ago, on the 2nd of November, the SpaceX Bandwagon 4 mission successfully launched from Cape Canaveral, and on board was VAST Haven Demo, a small but powerful satellite that serves as a testbed for the future Haven-1 station. This CubeSat-like demonstrator, weighing under 500 kilograms, is testing key technologies such as navigation, propulsion, and communication systems, which are essential for keeping a space station stable in Earth's orbit. Imagine that! It simulates scenarios for in-space manufacturing and even edge computing, inspired by partnerships with companies like NVIDIA. Basish, a prototype for data processing in space, which could help make future stations smarter. The purpose, VAST wants to make sure that Haven-1 not only launches but also keeps up seamlessly with systems that can autonomously navigate and propel to avoid collisions or adjust the orbit. That's no coincidence. Bandwagon 4 was perfect for payloads that wanted to go into medium inclinations, which offer broader coverage, and VAST used it to collect real data. If everything goes well, these tests could lay the foundation for advanced features like on-orbit data centers, which enable AI-powered analysis directly in space. A game changer for research and commerce. Axiom Space and StarCloud have also announced similar projects. The highlight of it all is that Elon posted on the same day as the Bandwagon mission that the permanently shadowed craters of the moon. The background is that quantum computers need extremely low temperatures to function. And it's cold on the moon. There's no air there that could help with cooling, but there's plenty of water. Quantum computing centers on the moon could become a billion-dollar industry. This is where the sci-fi fan in me comes out, but here's what I see. The moon could become the civilizational powerhouse for us humans. It could act like a catalyst that truly enables us to make the leap to other planets in a sustainable way. But let's get back to VAST. The company, founded in 2021 by Jed McCaleb, aims to build the next generations of space stations. Modular, expandable habitats that enable long-term living and working in all kinds of environments. Their core goals are to make humanity independent from Earth by developing stations that are scalable. From Haven-1, a single module that acts as a first building block, to complete constellations like Haven-2, which could provide space for dozens of people. VAST emphasizes the US manufacturing. They are bringing the production of space stations back to the States after decades in which much was distributed internationally with the International Space Station. Partnerships are crucial. With SpaceX for launches like Falcon 9 and Starship, with NASA for certifications, and even with international agencies for crew missions. Now, a quick note about our Planet Pioneers shop, where the embroidered Art Astra collection is selling like hotcakes. All records are being broken right now. With the discount code MARS26, you save 15% on your entire purchase. Go ahead and grab it now using the link below. It's not everything, but it's an important indicator of potential for the success of a company is its financing. Its founder, Jed McCaleb, earned his estimated $2.9 to $3.2 billion with cryptocurrencies. According to reports, he is ready to invest $1 billion in the company by mid-2026, completely without outside financing. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a visionary, someone who has an idea and the means to make it happen. And he does it and doesn't want any outside influence. Investors don't give away their precious money without expecting something in return. In any case, the company is supposed to generate profit at the end of the day so that it is sustainable. Otherwise, it's over in 2 years when their money runs out. That's why they're focusing on commercial customers. Think of pharmaceutical companies that want to conduct microgravity experiments or tourists who want to experience space. But also institutional customers like NASA, the European Space Agency, and other space agencies can book their astronauts there. By the way, I also believe that space agencies will stop training astronauts in the coming decade, because the private sector does it better. Astronauts from the European Space Agency, NASA, and other organizations will also transition to industry. They earn much more there and receive better training. By the 2040s, they want to have an entire fleet of space stations. Let's take a look at the milestones of the last 9 months at VEST that have advanced. In March, they expanded their manufacturing facilities in California, focusing on advanced welding techniques for pressure-resistant modules. That's crucial to protect the structures against vacuum and radiation. In April, there were updates on their robotics systems, which are supposed to autonomously dock modules, inspired by the European Space Agency, but more efficient and cost-effective. May was a blast. On National Space Day, they completed the first full weld of 2 modules for Haven-1's primary structure, a huge ring made of high-strength aluminum that forms the core of the station. This is no small feat. It marks the transition from design to hardware. VEST has emphasized how proud they are to do this in the US, something I miss in Europe. In June and July, partnership announcements were made. Closer cooperation with SpaceX for the launch of Haven-1 starting in May 2026, plus integration of Dragon capsules for crew transfers. August brought tests for life support systems, air recycling, water management, and radiation protection based on real data from the ISS. September and October focused on the Haven demo, a satellite weighing around 500 kilograms that features the key technologies of the membrane. Preparations for Bandwagon 4 included the integration of OrbSight vision-based navigation, which uses cameras and AI to precisely track the position. And now, in November, the satellite is up there, collecting data that flows directly into Haven-1. When will the first module be in space? VAST is aiming for the period starting in May 2026 for the launch of Haven-1. A single cylindrical module with a diameter of 4 meters and a length of 10 meters, providing space for 4 astronauts. It will launch with a Falcon 9 and is capable of docking autonomously if necessary. So, when the next modules or capsules with passengers arrive, the module is deliberately designed to fit exactly into the payload fairing of the Falcon 9. Nothing is left to chance here. The first manned mission will follow shortly after, lasting about 30 days and could become the longest private mission of all time. Of course, delays are normal in space travel. Think about supply chains or certifications by the FAA and NASA. But VAST has an impressive pace. They went from concept to hardware in under 5 years, something that takes others decades. Where is this going in the long run? By 2030, a complete station with multiple modules is supposed to be in orbit, expandable to Haven 2, creating research, tourism, and production hubs. The risks: high costs and technical hurdles like micrometeoroid protection or stable energy supply with solar panels that have to deliver up to 100 kilowatts. But that's what drives innovation. It's about to get wild, so pay attention. VAST is integrating artificial gravity through rotation into future designs to combat muscle atrophy. Picture astronauts who likely never return. At first, probably fractions of Earth's gravity, and later, different simulations on different levels. So in the center, microgravity. Above that, for example, the gravity of the Moon's surface, then Mars, and at the very top, Earth. And if you're feeling especially ambitious, you could even create more artificial gravity than we have on Earth. Of course, that's not actually gravity, but what's called centrifugal force. Speaking of building, while researching for this episode, I found this cool model of Haven-1 on printables and started printing it. There's also a model of the ISS, but that's still a bit too advanced for me. For that, I'd have to print over 200 individual parts. The VAST model only needs about 30 parts. That's just like in the real world. Institutional development paves the way for the private sector to take over and simplify everything. It really helps to visualize how this station could grow, and I plan to show it in an upcoming live stream. If you also want to print models of space stations or rockets, feel free to check out Prusa using my affiliate link in the description. Top quality and ideal for tech enthusiasts. Overall, VAST shows how private ambitions and funding are driving space exploration forward. From a test satellite on Bandwagon 4 to a full station in record time. There are challenges, budgets, regulations, and competition from Axiom, Blue Origin, or Sierra Space. But if they master that, it opens doors for everyone. I will make a video in the near future where we take a detailed look at all the serious planned space stations. The ISS will retire in 2030, and VAST could be the successor that shows us that space is not just for agencies, but for humanity. What about updates from the past few months, from individual welds on Haven-1 to the orbital test on Bandwagon 4? Sure, the first private space station is close, and with May 2026 as the target, this could revolutionize space travel. What do you think? Will VAST make the timeline? Write it in the comments. If you like this update about VAST, subscribe to Mars Chronicles and leave a thumbs up. A huge thank you goes out to all channel members and Patreon supporters. If you also want early access to our videos, you can find all the information about it below in the video description. My name is Sir1, and this was Mars Chronicles. Thanks for tuning in. Peras Pera ad Astra.